In a bizarre incident that shocked the world, a cat named Whiskers was caught sneaking into the neighbor's garden in San Francisco, USA, on June 5, 2023. The neighbors, tired of his nightly antics, held a mock trial using toy gavel and all. The verdict? A night in the dungeon, a cardboard box filled with catnip, and a timer set for 30 minutes. The punishment? A hilariously exaggerated confinement that turned into a cat party. Meanwhile, on August 12, 2023, in Tokyo, Japan, a mischievous kitty named Neko was punished for raiding a sushi chef's kitchen. The chef, armed with a toy fish, chased Neko around the restaurant, leading to a playful showdown that left diners in stitches.
In a bizarre turn of events, a police dog named Rex faced a peculiar punishment for not performing his tricks during a high-stakes demonstration. Officers in Frankfurt, Germany, on July 15, 2021, decided to teach Rex a lesson. Instead of a gentle reprimand, they engaged in a comedic yet absurd punishment involving a silly costume, forcing him to parade around in a tutu and a clown wig. The spectacle was meant to embarrass, but it turned into a viral sensation. Meanwhile, in another shocking incident, a canine named Bella in Sydney, Australia, on August 22, 2022, was punished with an ice bath for failing a drug-sniffing task. The extreme measures raised eyebrows and laughter alike, highlighting the absurdity of these situations. In a small town in Georgia, the peace was shattered by an unexpected horror, a zombie rabbit plague. With frothing mouths and vacant stares, these infected bunnies sent citizens fleeing. The outbreak began in March 2021, as an unassuming farmer noticed his rabbits acting strangely, twitching and growling like feral beasts. Soon the whole town was overrun, with hordes of rabid rabbits wreaking havoc. As chaos reigned, the mayor declared a state of emergency, appointing a bunny task force to combat the fluffy menace. But the rabbits, unyielding and insatiable, unleashed sheer mayhem, leaving trails of destruction in their wake. Stay tuned for another bizarre tale of animal mischief. In a shocking twist of nature, kangaroos in Australia faced a brutal viral invasion that left the animal kingdom reeling. Picture this: a serene landscape suddenly erupts into chaos as a wave of a mysterious virus begins to attack pregnant kangaroos, causing unprecedented turmoil. This occurred in Queensland, Australia, on March 15, 2023, where kangaroo populations plummeted. The virus, known for its sinister ability to wreak havoc on their developing joeys, turned once peaceful gatherings into frantic battles for survival. As nature's warriors fought against the unseen enemy, the scene resembled a surreal horror film, filled with bouncing beasts in a desperate struggle, showcasing the harsh realities of survival in the wild. In a dark alley, a rat scurried, harboring a sinister secret, a deadly flea. The flea, a tiny harbinger of doom, unleashed the plague upon the unsuspecting city of San Francisco, California in 1900. Panic erupted as the infected rats flocked the streets, turning everyday life into a macabre horror show. People fled, and a city transformed into a ghost town, all thanks to our furry friends. Fast forward to 2009, where in the wilds of Madagascar, a chicken coop became the epicenter of a different chaos. A fungus, the infamous H5N1, infected the birds, leading to a poultry massacre. The locals laughed nervously as their feathered friends turned into feathery zombies, all while the world held its breath. In a scene that could rival a horror movie, Ecuador was captivated by a chilling outbreak in 2021. Fruit bats, seemingly harmless, became the unwitting hosts of a deadly fungus, turning the skies into a macabre spectacle. These bats, once a source of fruit pollination, transformed into nightmarish creatures, their wings tattered and their bodies cloaked in eerie fuzz. The town of Pichincha witnessed an unprecedented frenzy as the fungal invasion triggered a mass die-off. Residents were left aghast as nature's balance unraveled before their eyes. Fast forward to the chilling shores of Ecuador, and you could hear the whispers of the bat plague echoing through the trees, a reminder of nature's unpredictable chaos. In a shocking twist of nature, a sinister fungus unleashed chaos in an ant colony, deep within Brazil's Amazon rainforest in 2013. Imagine a thriving society of ants, suddenly overtaken by a malevolent spore that hijacks their minds. Workers stumble blindly, scaling vegetation to reach higher ground, where they clamp down for a gruesome fate. With their bodies transformed, they become puppets for the fungus, which blossoms from their corpses, raining spores onto unsuspecting comrades below. This macabre cycle plays out like a horror film, leaving behind a trail of mindless zombies. Nature, it seems, has its own brand of black humor, turning survival into a nightmarish comedy. Hold your breath. It gets crazier. The second tale unfolds in 2014, as a farm in Pennsylvania faces an unprecedented outbreak of avian influenza, decimating flocks and sending farmers into a frenzy. Stay tuned for this bizarre saga.
Imagine a man facing execution for making potato jokes. On September 12, 1894, in a strict Irish town, Marcus D. was condemned for his outrageous humor. His jokes, which had amused even the sternest farmers, were deemed a threat to public order. On that fateful day, he was hanged in the town square, and the crowd's reaction was divided. Some laughed uproariously, while others stood in shock, unable to process the spectacle. Ironically, his last words echoed through the square. "Potatoes are the true kings." This bizarre punishment highlights the dissonance between humor and societal norms, illustrating how laughter can sometimes lead to dire consequences. Who would have thought? In a scene that could only be described as chaotic, a man launched an outrageous prank involving an entire truckload of fireworks and a stack of tires. The grand display turned into an inferno, illuminating the night sky like a twisted 4th of July celebration. The prankster's unfortunate location? A quiet suburb of Melbourne, Australia, on the 5th of November 2020. What followed was a punishment so severe it could make a medieval torturer blush. Authorities decided to sentence him to community service, cleaning up the charred remnants of his explosive folly while wearing a giant rubber tire as a hat. The irony didn't escape anyone, as his humor turned into a flaming spectacle of embarrassment. In a world where luck and misfortune collide, Michael Malloy, a notorious alcoholic, became the unwilling star of a dark comedy. In 1932, New York City was a bustling hub of life, but Malloy's life was a cocktail of debauchery and defiance. His drinking habits frustrated a group of insurance fraudsters who conspired to kill him for a payday. They attempted to execute him with everything from poison to a car crash, but each method failed spectacularly, leading to uproarious disbelief. Ironically, Malloy survived, becoming a local legend. The absurdity peaked when he eventually died not from their antics, but from alcohol-related issues, leaving his would-be executors baffled and empty-handed.
In the late 70s, Pablo Escobar threw a disco party that was as legendary as it was chaotic. Imagine a lavish mansion lit with neon lights, pulsating with music from the best DJs in Medellin. Escobar, dressed in flamboyant attire, danced with his wild entourage, hitmen, politicians, and celebrities mingling like it was Saturday Night Fever. As the night wore on, gunfire erupted outside, but inside they laughed it off, tossing back shots of rum. One of his friends, high on cocaine, decided to break dance on a table, leading to a hilarious series of falls and laughs. When the cops arrived, Escobar simply told them to join the party. That night, death and danger mingled with pure joy, a true testament to Escobar's unpredictable life. On July 14, 2024, at a quaint picnic in Central Park, Sarah delightedly munched on a luscious strawberry tart. Little did she know that her innocent craving would plunge her into chaos. Moments later, her lips tingled ominously, swelling like balloons at a kid's party. Panic set in as her skin erupted in a fiery rash, transforming her festive day into a scene ripped from a horror flick. Friends laughed, thinking she was joking, until her breath hitched like a bad B-movie actor. Ambulance sirens wailed, and Sarah, gasping for air, became the tragic heroine of her own comedic nightmare. Strawberries, once sweet, now her deadly nemesis. Nature's cruel joke had struck hard. On a sweltering summer afternoon in July at the picnic grounds of Maplewood Park, John, an unsuspecting nature lover, reached for a honey-glazed chicken. Little did he know, the honey harbored a sinister secret, an allergen that would unleash chaos. Moments later, he felt a fierce itch, then swelling, a horrifying transformation began. His throat constricted, panic set in. Each breath turned into a battle against a tidal wave of pain. Friends laughed, thinking it a prank until they noticed his face morph into a grotesque balloon. As John tumbled to the ground, gasping for air, he realized life could change over a glimmer of honey, leaving all to ponder the sweet irony of fate in this buzzing nightmare. On March 15, 2023, in the small town of Sugarville, a simple candy party turned into a scene of absolute chaos. Timmy, a jelly bean lover, dove headfirst into a mountain of colorful treats, oblivious to his secret allergy. As he shoveled handfuls into his mouth, the vibrant candies unleashed a violent reaction. Within moments, his throat tightened like a vice, and his face turned a shade of crimson that even a jelly bean couldn't mimic. Friends panicked, laughing nervously at the absurdity of it all until Timmy collapsed, resembling a candy-coated beached whale. The ambulance sirens howled, but it was too late. Timmy's love for jelly beans had sealed his fate. A sweet tragedy indeed. On March 15, 2023, in the quaint town of Eldridge, chaos erupted as a mysterious virus swept through, claiming lives in grotesque fashion. Symptoms began with a casual sneeze, but escalated quickly into a vicious reality. Victims turned blue, their skin peeling like overcooked dough, while internal organs battled as if in the Hunger Games. Families watched helplessly as loved ones gasped for air, their eyes wide with horror, begging for relief. Amid the chaos, dark humor emerged. A t-shirt slogan read, "I survived the cursed outbreak, but my diet didn't." Yet in the wake of despair, survivors learned resilience, coming together for support. Tragedy became twisted laughter, and life carried on amidst the darkness. On March 12, 2023, in a small village nestled deep in the Alps, a mysterious virus erupted, spreading like wildfire. It began with flu-like symptoms, but soon victims were racked with violent convulsions, their bodies betraying them. Fever raged as skin turned a sickly shade of gray. Within days, entire families succumbed, gasping for breath, eyes wide with terror. The local hospital overflowed, doctors powerless against the relentless tide of death. Laughter faded, only the sound of weeping echoed through empty streets. The virus had a morbid sense of humor, playing with life and death. By month's end, the village lay silent, a grim reminder of nature's unforgiving cruelty. On October 2, 1918, in the unsuspecting town of Haskell, Kansas, a lethal strain of influenza erupted, catching the community off guard. The symptoms were horrendous. Fever spiked, bodies ached, and a relentless cough choked the breath from victims. As the virus spread, those once vibrant became mere shadows, gasping in agony. With every tick of the clock, the death toll rose. Hospitals overflowed with the sick, and the stench of decay hung heavy. Families were torn apart, buried in mass graves, while laughter turned to wails of despair. In a cruel twist, survivors joked about dodging the flu like a game, unaware that fate was still lurking, ready to claim its next unsuspecting victim. In December 1926, Agatha Christie, the Queen of Mystery, vanished without a trace in Surrey, England. Her car was found abandoned, with clothes and belongings scattered, like a scene from one of her novels. The world held its breath, pondering if she was plotting her own murder mystery or simply indulging in a dramatic escape. While the police searched relentlessly, speculation ran wild. Was it amnesia or a publicity stunt? 10 days later, she reappeared at a hotel, claiming amnesia. But what if, in that time, she explored an alternate reality where plots twisted even more? The truth remains as elusive as her mysterious plots, leaving us yearning for answers. In December 1926, Agatha Christie vanished from her home in Surrey, England, leaving a perplexed nation in chaos. Her car was found abandoned, keys inside, and no trace of the famed author. The search involved hundreds, as rumors swirled about her fate. Family and fans feared the worst. But what if she had simply grown tired of her own plots? Some suggest she staged her disappearance, a masterclass in mystery. Days later, she resurfaced in a hotel in Harrogate, registered under a different name, claiming amnesia. The world gasped at her return, but the questions lingered like a shadow. Was it a prank, a breakdown, or just another twist in her own unwritten story. In April 1912 in Belfast, Northern Ireland, the world eagerly awaited the Titanic's launch, a ship billed as an unsinkable monument to luxury. The air buzzed with excitement, but an inexplicable mishap unfolded. As the grand vessel slid into the water, a mysterious fog rolled in, shrouding the scene in an eerie embrace. Spectators gasped, but it wasn't the ship's size or beauty that captivated them. It was a sudden, inexplicable chill. Whispers of bad omens filled the air, blending dark humor with the unfortunate reality. The Titanic, a symbol of hope, began its journey amidst shadows of doubt, forever marked by this haunting event, deepening its mystique in history's twisted tapestry. In June 2023, in the heart of New York City, a notorious celebrity found themselves in a bizarre situation involving an elevator. It began innocently enough, but suddenly the elevator started moving on its own, stopping at every floor as if it were playing a twisted game of hide and seek. Our celebrity, accustomed to luxury, found themselves at the mercy of an erratic elevator, trapped between floors, contemplating life choices amidst the dim, flickering lights. Each stop revealed curious onlookers, offering both sympathy and snickers. Was it malfunctioning, or was the building haunted? This blend of reality and absurdity left everyone questioning. Was the elevator a mere machine, or a mischievous spirit at play? In February 1959, the Dyatlov Pass in the Ural Mountains, Russia, became the backdrop for an unsettling mystery. 9 experienced hikers embarked on an expedition, but they never returned. Their tent was found bizarrely slashed open from the inside, with footprints leading away into the snow, as if they fled in a panic. The bodies discovered later displayed strange injuries. One had a missing tongue, another suffered internal trauma akin to a car crash, yet their bodies showed no external wounds. Whispers of a Yeti, secret military tests, or even extraterrestrial encounters clouded the incident. The blend of horror and humor is undeniable. Nature's dark sense of irony claimed the hikers in a chilling ballet of survival gone wrong. In December 1926, Agatha Christie, the Queen of Crime, vanished mysteriously from her home in Surrey, England. It was a real-life plot twist that left the world baffled. Amidst marital strife and overwhelming pressure, she disappeared, leaving behind a car filled with her belongings and a note. The search for her became a national obsession, with police, volunteers, and even airplanes scouring the countryside. 11 days later, she was found at a hotel in Harrogate, registered under a different name, claiming amnesia. While the public speculated wildly, some darkly joked that perhaps she was merely testing out her latest storyline. In a world of horrors and mysteries, even legends can slip away. In February 1963, London was a canvas of gray skies and swirling fog as Sylvia Plath navigated her darkest days. The poet, trapped in her own web of brilliance and despair, penned haunting verses that echoed her inner turmoil. On one particularly cold night, she stepped out, seeking solace in the dimly lit streets, her mind a tempest of thoughts. Friends noted her increasing oddities, conversations with the shadows, and whispers of impending doom. Plath's final evening was a surreal blend of creativity and dread, as she meticulously arranged her home, leaving behind a legacy steeped in mystery. Her tragic fate awaited, but the world remained oblivious to the storm brewing within her soul. It was a cold October evening in 2021 when thick fog rolled into Milltown, wrapping the streets in an eerie blanket. Street lamps flickered as the townsfolk whispered about the ghostly train that was rumored to haunt the old tracks. Suddenly, a chilling scream shattered the silence. The townspeople raced to the crossing just as the phantom train emerged, gleaming ominously in the mist. An unsuspecting cyclist was caught in its path, flung violently aside. Instead of panic, laughter erupted from onlookers, dark and twisted. As the fog cleared, the cyclist stood unharmed, grinning. Was it a trick of the mind, or had the town's ghost played a cruel joke? The mystery deepened, leaving everyone questioning reality. In the bustling streets of Berlin, August 2023 brought an unnerving stillness. The sun cast long shadows on the pavement, where a seemingly ordinary construction site stood. Suddenly, a deafening crash shattered the calm. A massive crane toppled, sending debris flying like confetti at a funeral. Workers barely escaped the chaos, their shocked expressions frozen in time. As the dust settled, Witnesses tried to piece together the improbable sequence of events, laughing nervously at how fate had played its hand. Dark humor cloaked the tragedy, with one bystander quipping, "At least the drinks at the bar across the street are cheaper now." The accident would haunt the city, a chilling reminder of the unpredictable nature of life. In July 1374, Paris was gripped by a surreal epidemic that made people dance uncontrollably, dubbed the Dance of Death. Imagine citizens, from noble to peasant, twisting and twirling in a maddening frenzy. They danced for days, ignoring pain, exhaustion, and even death. The streets echoed with laughter and cries, a grim carnival. Physicians were baffled, attributing it to demonic possession or mass hysteria. While some feared a divine punishment, others couldn't help but chuckle at the absurdity of their neighbors collapsing mid-twirl. Ultimately, the dance faded, leaving behind whispers of a fever dream. What was it? A curse? A joke played by fate? The mystery lingers, darkly comedic and hauntingly real. In April 1986, Pripyat, Ukraine, became a ghost town overnight. Following the catastrophic Chernobyl disaster, this once vibrant city was abandoned, leaving behind an unsettling silence. Imagine the eerie echoes of laughter, now replaced by whispers of the past. People fled, leaving their lives behind. Children's toys still scattered in homes, a Ferris wheel frozen in time. Dark humor lurks in the shadows. The only thing thriving here is the radioactive dust. Trees creep in, reclaiming the land as nature takes its course. Urban explorers venture into this haunting place, seeking the thrill of the unknown. Yet many say they feel the weight of lost souls lingering amidst the decay. What secrets do the crumbling walls hold? In ancient Egypt, around 2500 BC, a peculiar event unfolded that would puzzle historians for millennia. The pyramid builders, known for their incredible craftsmanship, simply vanished. Amidst the vast sands of Giza, the Great Pyramid rose, yet the masterminds behind its creation seemed to dissolve into thin air. Was it a power struggle, divine intervention, or perhaps an unspeakable horror? Rumors swirled of secret societies and forbidden rituals that lured these artisans away, never to return. As they toiled under the desert sun, the whispers of the gods grew louder. Thus the mystery deepened, intertwining ambition, fear, and the allure of the unknown, leaving only silence behind. In July 2018, in the shadowy corridors of Moscow, an inexplicable event unfolded. Donald Trump, nestled in his hotel room, received a late-night phone call that would rattle the political world. The caller? An enigmatic voice dripping with allure and mischief, claiming to have inside information on international affairs. As Trump listened, the conversation veered into the absurd, discussing everything from trade deals to bizarre conspiracy theories. The bizarre charm of the voice kept him on edge, blending humor and intrigue in a way that left him both amused and bewildered. Was it a prank? A ploy? The line was eerily quiet, leaving everyone wondering what really transpired during that surreal encounter. In July 2018, Helsinki, Finland, became the backdrop for an enigmatic rendezvous that had the world buzzing. President Donald Trump met with Russian President Vladimir Putin under odd circumstances that raised more questions than answers. Amidst the cold, a warmth radiated from their secretive discussions, leading to speculation about backdoor deals and shadowy agreements. The air was thick with tension, and observers noted the unusual chemistry between the two leaders. As cameras clicked, the world watched, captivated by the palpable strangeness. What sinister plots lay beneath the surface? An entire universe of conspiracy theories emerged, blending reality with the absurd, leaving us all questioning what truly transpired behind closed doors. In October 2019, Trump Tower in Manhattan became the site of an eerie encounter that left many puzzled. Late one night, a group of guests reported unsettling sounds, whispers, footsteps, and even a disembodied laugh echoing through the halls. As they gathered in disbelief, the lights flickered ominously, casting strange shadows. Each moment felt charged with a bizarre energy, as if the building itself had a personality. Some claimed it was the ghost of a disgruntled former tenant, while others joked it was just Trump checking in on his empire. The atmosphere was electric, blending fear and humor in an unforgettable night. What truly happened that night remains a tantalizing mystery, In Moscow, Russia, in December 2018, a chilling and perplexing event unfolded. Vladimir Putin, amid the usual political maneuvers, reportedly entered into clandestine agreements with unidentified extraterrestrials. These enigmatic beings, allegedly drawn to Putin's charisma and power, sought to exchange advanced technology for something else. Rumors swirled about bizarre rituals held in the Kremlin's deepest chambers. Some claim the meetings involved an infusion of vodka and strange chants, while others speculated on a deeper, more erotic pact. With the eerie glow of UFO sightings reported over the Red Square, one can't help but wonder, what exactly has Putin traded in the shadows of history? And what does it mean for humanity's future? It's a darkly humorous tale that dances on the edge of reality. In August 2014, a helicopter mysteriously vanished over Moscow, leaving locals baffled. Amid the bustling city, this incident unfolded like a scene from a thriller. Reports emerged of a helicopter performing unusual maneuvers before disappearing from radar. Eyewitnesses swore they saw it spiraling down, yet no wreckage was ever found. Was it a secret government experiment gone awry or a bizarre UFO encounter? Authorities remained tight-lipped, fueling wild speculation. Theories ranged from covert operations to extraterrestrial intervention. As skepticism grew, so did the legend of the lost helicopter, leaving many to wonder, what secrets lurk in the skies above Moscow? The truth remains as elusive as the helicopter itself.
In Medellin, Colombia, in June 1993, the notorious drug lord Pablo Escobar faced an unexpected twist. After decades of evading authorities, he was abducted by a group of men claiming to be his allies. They whisked him away to a secluded hideout, leaving behind a trail of bewildered associates. The irony? This was the same man who had orchestrated countless kidnappings, now tasting his own medicine. As days passed, the world held its breath, wondering if Escobar's reign would end at the hands of his supposed comrades. The bizarre nature of his captivity sparked wild theories, igniting discussions about loyalty, betrayal, and the surreal nature of power in the dark underworld he ruled.
In Medellin, Colombia, in the summer of 1993, a bizarre mystery unfolded. Pablo Escobar's golden nugget vanished without a trace. This wasn't just any nugget. It was rumored to weigh over 10 kilograms and shimmered like the sun, embodying Escobar's lavish lifestyle. As the hunt for this treasure began, locals whispered tales of hidden maps and long-buried secrets beneath Escobar's properties. Many tried to unearth it, but the nugget seemed to taunt them, slipping through fingers like smoke. Some believed it was cursed, while others thought Escobar himself had hidden it to protect his legacy. The deeper the search, the more bizarre the tales grew, shrouded in black humor and disbelief. In December 1989, Colombia was rocked by an event that would become legend. The mysterious plane crash linked to Pablo Escobar. The aircraft, a seemingly innocuous chartered flight, was en route from the lush jungles of Medellin to the bustling streets of Bogotá when it vanished from radar. Eyewitnesses reported seeing a flash in the sky, followed by a deafening silence. When wreckage was found, it told a story of intrigue. Bags of money, strange symbols, and traces of an unearthly cargo. Was it merely a tragic accident or a warning from rivals? Escobar's shadow loomed large, even in death, as conspiracy theories flourished, leaving the truth as elusive as the man himself.
In June 1908, the quiet forests of Tunguska, Siberia, erupted with a force 1,000 times stronger than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Trees were flattened, and the sky lit up as if the gods were having a fireworks show. Witnesses reported seeing a flash and a powerful wave, followed by a cloud of dust and ash. But the strangest part, there were no craters, no debris, and a complete absence of any crash site. Some whispered of alien visitors or experiments gone wrong, while others imagined flying men lost in a cosmic joke. The mystery remains, teasing us with its eerie silence, as if nature decided to keep its wildest tales bottled up, leaving our imaginations to soar.
In October 2021, Hoheneufen, Germany, became the epicenter of eerie dragon sightings. Locals reported strange flying forms above the ancient castle, their scales glinting ominously against the twilight sky. Witnesses described bizarre patterns in the air, reminiscent of mythical dragons, twisting and turning as if engaged in a dance from a fever dream. As skepticism morphed into intrigue, the town buzzed with theories. Were these creatures a supernatural manifestation, or simply atmospheric anomalies? With a healthy dose of dark humor, people joked about the dragons auditioning for a sitcom. The mystery deepened as more sightings flooded social media, leaving residents both terrified and entertained by their spectral visitors.
On a sultry night in July 2021, Houston, Texas became the stage for an eerie light show that left residents spellbound. Witnesses described vibrant orbs dancing in the sky, pulsating with vibrant colors, much like an extraterrestrial rave. As smartphones captured the celestial ballet, skeptics emerged, claiming it was merely drones or weather balloons. But the sheer scale and synchronicity of the lights hinted at something deeper. Theories ran wild. Was it an alien communication attempt or a warning from beyond? As laughter mingled with unease, locals joked about inviting the visitors for barbecue. Yet the laughter masked a nagging question. What truly lurks in the heavens above us, teasing our curiosity and fear alike? In June 1988, the remote Tunguska region of Siberia experienced a cataclysmic explosion that flattened over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Witnesses claimed to see a fireball streak across the sky, followed by a blast that knocked people off their feet. Scientists speculate it was a meteoric impact, yet no crater was ever found. Some theorize it was a mini black hole or even alien technology gone awry. Dark humor aside, the incident left a lasting impression, fueling conspiracy theories and capturing imaginations. Despite numerous expeditions, the Tunguska mystery remains unsolved, a ghostly whisper from the universe, reminding us of the unknown lurking just beyond our reality.
In December 1945, 5 Navy bombers vanished over the Bermuda Triangle, an area shrouded in mystery and folklore. With their crew of 14 men, these planes, known as Flight 19, were on a routine training mission when suddenly they were swallowed by the ocean. Eyewitness accounts describe strange lights flickering across the sky, fueling theories ranging from alien abductions to secret military operations. Even more bizarre, a rescue plane sent to find them also disappeared, leaving no trace behind. Theories abound about classified cargo, perhaps experimental technology, or otherworldly artifacts, fueling speculation about what truly lies beneath the waves in this enigmatic region. In June 1880, Bodie, California, was a booming gold mining town, pulsating with life and dreams. Fast forward to today, and it stands abandoned, haunted by the echoes of its former glory. The town, once home to over 10,000 residents, is now a ghostly shell, with windows that stare blankly into the void. Rumors say that Bodie's inhabitants never really left. Their spirits roam the dusty streets, reliving their raucous past. The saloons still hold their stories, laughter trapped in the tumbling tumbleweeds. Even the graveyard whispers secrets of love lost and fortunes gained. Bodie, a grave reminder that life can vanish faster than a gold nugget in a gambler's pocket, invites you to explore its eerie allure.
In June 1908, in the remote Siberian region of Tunguska, a colossal explosion shattered the tranquil morning. Witnesses reported a blinding flash brighter than the sun, followed by a deafening roar that flattened over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Trees fell like matchsticks, but there was no impact crater. Theories swirled, suggesting a meteor, comet, or even alien technology gone haywire. However, the truth remains elusive. Some claim it was a secret Soviet experiment, while others nod to the supernatural. What if it was simply Earth's way of shaking things up? The event not only reshaped the landscape, but also humanity's understanding of the cosmos and our place within it, leaving a legacy of intrigue and humor in its wake. In July 1947, Roswell, New Mexico, became the epicenter of an otherworldly mystery. A supposed crash of an extraterrestrial craft ignited intrigue and speculation. Eyewitnesses recounted bizarre figures, with elongated limbs and glowing eyes wandering the desert. The military's swift silence only deepened the enigma. Were these beings from another dimension, or perhaps cosmic pranksters? Some claimed they communicated telepathically, leaving us to wonder if they found our planet as absurd as we find them. The government's insistence on a weather balloon was a punchline to a joke we weren't in on. Decades later, the allure of Roswell lingers, teasing us with the possibility that the truth is far stranger than fiction. In Zugarramurdi, Spain, in the haunting month of September 1610, a sinister chapter unfolded as witch hunts spiraled into chaos. The locals, fueled by paranoia, accused many of witchcraft. Amidst the trials, bizarre happenings erupted. Witnesses claimed they saw shadows flitting through the woods, whispers of incantations danced on the wind, and livestock became inexplicably ill. As the trials progressed, townsfolk reported bizarre dreams filled with eerie laughter. Some even hinted at seeing the fabled witches fly through the night sky, cackling like banshees. The air thickened with fear and intrigue, leaving Zugarramurdi marked by a spell that still lingers, echoing through time, a mystery forever unsolved.
In Mexico City, July 1972, two majestic towers were announced, set to redefine the skyline. But like a magician's trick, they vanished without a trace. Construction began with fervor, as workers whispered tales of strange noises and flickering lights. Dark humor crept in as locals joked that the towers must have been built by ghosts needing a penthouse. Rumors swirled. An underground tunnel? A portal? Perhaps they were just shy and decided to hide. As months passed, the project was abandoned, leaving behind an eerie plot of land where the towers once danced. Today, it stands as a silent witness to ambition and the inexplicable, a reminder that not all dreams see the light of day.
In June 1942, a peculiar event unfolded in Porto, Portugal, that still leaves residents scratching their heads. The city's oldest library, famed for its labyrinthine aisles and dusty tomes, mysteriously vanished overnight. Authorities were baffled. One moment it stood proud, the next it was a ghost. Rumors escalated, suggesting secret societies or time-traveling bookworms. Some claimed they heard whispers of forgotten knowledge on the wind, while others swore they saw spectral figures wandering the empty space where rows of books once stood. Was it a perfectly orchestrated heist, or something more supernatural? The truth eludes us, leaving only questions and an eerie silence where knowledge once thrived. In August 1995, Hauska Castle in the Czech Republic became the stage for an inexplicable event that still baffles the mind. One morning, the village residents simply vanished, leaving behind their belongings, meals untouched, and the echo of daily life abruptly silenced. It was as if they had stepped into a parallel universe or tripped over a cosmic rug. The air was thick with an eerie silence, and whispers of a gateway to hell trapped within the castle's walls began to circulate. As investigators combed through the castle's ancient corridors, they stumbled upon bizarre symbols and unexplainable phenomena. Theories emerged, ranging from alien abductions to supernatural forces, but no answers ever emerged, leaving the mystery shrouded in darkness.
In February 2005, Lake Mungo in Australia became the backdrop for an unsettling mystery that bewildered locals and paranormal enthusiasts alike. Witnesses reported ghostly figures drifting across the desolate landscape, casting shadows that danced eerily against the moonlight. One night, a group of campers claimed to hear whispered voices, chilling their bones as the wind howled ominously. As they gathered around the campfire, the flames flickered, illuminating a figure watching them from a distance. Was it a spirit from the ancient past, or perhaps an elaborate prank? The haunting reports continued, baffling investigators and leading to wild theories, leaving everyone to ponder what truly lurks at Lake Mungo.
In a small town, an adventurous balloonist decided to take to the skies with his vibrant hot air balloon. Initially, it was a routine flight filled with the thrill of soaring high above the landscape. But as fate would have it, the day took a strange turn. While floating peacefully, a sudden gust of wind swept through, causing the balloon to veer off course. The balloonist, filled with excitement, attempted to navigate the unexpected turbulence. However, this was no ordinary wind. It was a powerful downdraft that pulled the balloon downward with alarming speed. In a desperate attempt to regain control, he frantically pulled on the ropes, but the balloon was now at the mercy of the forces around it. Suddenly, a nearby power line loomed ahead, and before he could react, the balloon snagged on it, ripping the fabric and causing an immediate descent. The balloonist plummeted toward the ground. In the end, what began as a thrilling adventure became a tragic tale of fate's dark humor. A day that started with dreams of flight ended in a bizarre and fatal twist that left the community stunned. In a twisted episode that sent shockwaves through the theme park industry, a roller coaster incident turned a day of fun into a scene of horror. It was a typical sunny afternoon, with screams of excitement echoing through the air as riders climbed aboard the towering steel beast. But as the ride reached its peak, a shocking violation of safety rules unfolded. A guest, having disembarked temporarily to retrieve a lost item, was caught in the path of the descending ride. The inevitable happened in a split second. As the coaster hurtled down, the unsuspecting individual was struck, leading to a gruesome decapitation. Witnesses stood frozen in terror, the screams of the crowd instantly transforming from thrill to panic. Emergency responders rushed to the scene, but the damage was done. The park closed its gates, but the haunting memories of that day lingered, leaving a dark mark on the amusement world. Subsequent investigations revealed a shocking lack of safety protocols that could have prevented such a tragedy. This incident serves as a grim reminder of the potential dangers lurking in the pursuit of thrills. Share your thoughts about this horrific event in the comments. In an unfortunate twist of fate, a birthday party took a gruesome turn when a group of friends decided to take the fun to the extreme. They hired a performer who was meant to entertain as a human piñata. This act involved the performer being wrapped and adorned with colorful paper and filled with candy, creating an illusion of a real piñata. The plan was innocent enough until the guests, fueled by excitement and alcohol, took it a step too far. The blindfolded partygoers who were supposed to hit the piñata with sticks were unaware that the performer inside it had a dangerous allergy to one of the candies. Amid laughter and cheers, they swung wildly, the sticks making contact with the hapless performer. The chaos escalated quickly. The poor person inside began to choke and gasp for air, their cries for help muffled by the noise and the colorful wrapping. It ended in tragedy, with the performer collapsing under the weight of the party's reckless fun. This horrific incident raises questions about the limits of entertainment and safety. What are your thoughts on this disturbing incident? Have you ever encountered or heard of anything similar? Share your experiences in the comments. In a building buzzing with life, a young man eager to reach a party on the top floor steps into an elevator. As the doors slide shut, he presses the button, feeling a rush of excitement. But then, the elevator grinds to a halt between floors. Panic sets in. He frantically pounds on the metal walls, yelling for help. Moments pass, each one feeling like an eternity. Suddenly, with a horrifying jolt, the cable snaps. Gravity kicks in, and the elevator plummets. He's thrown against the walls, his body careening wildly in the metal box. The descent feels endless. His heart races as he realizes the stark reality. The shaft is a dark, treacherous void waiting to claim him. Just as the elevator crashes into the bottom, a sickening crunch echoes through the building. The young man's dream night turns into a nightmare. He lies broken. The very structure designed to bring people together now becomes his tomb. This fatal accident serves as a grim reminder of the dangers lurking in everyday life. Have you ever heard of such terrifying experiences? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know if you know anyone who has faced similar dangers. On a fateful night in July 2008 at a carnival in New Orleans, Louisiana, laughter filled the air as families enjoyed the rides and games. But the excitement turned into horror when a malfunction occurred on the Ferris wheel. In a horrific twist, the safety harnesses failed, sending several riders plummeting to the ground. Panic erupted as screams echoed throughout the fairgrounds. Emergency responders rushed to the scene, but the injuries were catastrophic. One victim, a young woman, suffered fatal injuries, while others were left fighting for their lives. Witnesses described the shocking chaos, with bystanders frozen in disbelief as they watched friends and family fall from great heights. The investigation revealed that maintenance records had been falsified and safety checks had been overlooked. This negligence resulted in an avoidable tragedy that would haunt the community for years to come. Carnivals are meant to be fun, not deadly. Such incidents raise critical questions about safety regulations and oversight in amusement parks. What do you think about this tragedy? Have you ever experienced anything like this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. In July 2011, a seemingly innocent act turned horrifying in a small South Dakota town. A boy, excited after winning a bag of gumballs at a carnival, unknowingly embarked on a deadly misstep. As he chewed the bright, colorful candy, he felt a sudden urge to swallow it whole, perhaps not wanting to waste a single second of fun. But that decision would prove fatal. The gumball lodged in his throat, blocking his airway completely. Panic surged through him as he gasped for breath, desperately clawing at his throat, eyes wide with fear. His friends, initially laughing and joking, quickly realized something was terribly wrong. The laughter faded into chaos as they witnessed their friend struggle for air. With no time to waste, they rushed to help, performing the Heimlich maneuver with frantic urgency. But the gumball remained stubbornly lodged, sealing his fate. Emergency responders arrived just minutes later, but it was too late. The boy succumbed to the choking incident, a tragic reminder of how quickly joy can turn into horror. Have you heard of similar experiences? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. In a shocking incident that unfolded on March 21, 2010, in a small town in Texas, a young woman named Lisa decided to spruce up her home with vibrant flowers for a gathering. Little did she know that the floral foam she used to arrange those beautiful blooms would seal her gruesome fate. The seemingly harmless green block was soaked in a toxic chemical, a fact Lisa was blissfully ignorant of. After setting the table and enjoying the evening, she began to feel nauseous. As the night progressed, the symptoms worsened. It wasn't long before the poison coursed through her veins. The floral foam, meant to hold her lovely flowers, instead held her demise. Her friends watched in horror as she collapsed, struggling to breathe, her skin turning a ghastly shade of blue. Emergency services were called, but it was too late. Lisa was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. This bizarre incident serves as a chilling reminder of the hidden dangers in everyday items. What do you think about this terrifying incident? Have you ever heard of something similar? Share your thoughts and any experiences in the comments. In a bustling restaurant in San Francisco on April 15, 2010, a seemingly ordinary dining experience took a horrific turn. A couple sat down for a romantic dinner, the aroma of delicious food filling the air. Little did they know, danger lurked just beneath their plates. The restaurant had just received a shipment of fresh seafood, including oysters. Unbeknownst to the staff, one of the oysters was contaminated with a deadly strain of bacteria. As the couple savored their meal, the poison began to take effect. Within minutes, the woman doubled over in pain, clutching her stomach. Her partner, alarmed, rushed to help her, but it was too late. The bacteria surged through her system, causing a violent reaction. The scene turned chaotic as patrons around them noticed the commotion. The restaurant staff scrambled to call for help as paramedics arrived, but the clock was ticking. Her life hung by a thread, and despite their best efforts, she succumbed to the effects of the poison right there at the table. This horrifying episode serves as a grim reminder of the unseen dangers lurking in our food. Have you ever experienced something like this? Share your thoughts in the comments. In a scorching July day in 2006 near Phoenix, Arizona, a group of thrill seekers decided to test their limits. They thought it would be a brilliant idea to take selfies with the iconic saguaro cactus. But when one daredevil decided to climb atop a towering cactus for the ultimate shot, the situation turned tragic. He slipped, and in a horrific twist of fate, plunged onto the spiky arms of the cactus. The needles penetrated his skin deeply, causing severe lacerations and immediate panic among his friends. Instead of helping him down safely or calling for help, one friend, caught up in the thrill, decided to play a cruel prank. He pulled out his phone to capture the agony. In a desperate move, the victim writhed in pain, trying to free himself. But chaos ensued. With each twist, more spines embedded into his flesh. By the time help arrived, it was too late. The foolish decision to seek adventure over safety had turned fatal. Such a twisted story serves as a grim reminder of the consequences of reckless behavior. What's your take on this absurd tragedy? Have you come across any similar wild stories? Share in the comments. In a shocking incident in California on March 15, 2009, a man found himself trapped in a dire situation that led to his untimely demise. While trying to secure his car with a belt, he slipped, and the belt wrapped around his neck in a freak accident. The chaos unfolded as he struggled, gasping for breath, panic setting in as he realized he couldn't free himself. The tension escalated with each moment, and despite desperate attempts for release, the grip tightened unforgivingly. Bystanders later recounted the horror as they witnessed the scene, paralyzed by the unexpected brutality of it all. It was a grim showcase of how swiftly everyday items can turn deadly under the right circumstances. This tragic event serves as a stark reminder of life's fragility and how quickly things can spiral out of control. The irony of this incident is chilling. A simple object meant for utility became a lethal weapon. What would you do in such a moment of despair? Share your thoughts about this terrifying incident in the comments, and if you've encountered any similarly bizarre experiences, we want to hear about them. In a heart-stopping incident in Los Angeles on May 4, 2008, a stuntman met his tragic end while performing a jaw-dropping motorcycle stunt for a film. The plan was to jump over a series of flaming cars, a stunt designed to leave audiences breathless. But that day, the stakes were dangerously high. As the stuntman revved the engine and sped towards the ramp, a critical miscalculation occurred. He misjudged the angle and speed, launching himself into an unexpected trajectory. Instead of soaring over the cars, he crashed violently into one of the flaming vehicles with bone-crushing force. The impact was catastrophic. Witnesses reported hearing a sickening crunch and seeing the flames engulf the bike and the rider instantaneously. Emergency responders arrived within minutes, but it was too late. The stuntman was pronounced dead at the scene, a grim reminder of the perilous nature of extreme stunts. His death sent shockwaves through the film industry, sparking debates about safety regulations and the recklessness often involved in pursuit of adrenaline. What do you think about this incident? Have you heard any similar experiences? Share your thoughts in the comments. On July 4, 2010, in a quiet neighborhood in St. Louis, Missouri, a supposedly festive evening spiraled into chaos. As families gathered to celebrate Independence Day, one group decided to take their celebrations up a notch. Ignoring safety protocols, they opted for improvised fireworks concocted in their garage. The air was electric with excitement until disaster struck. One of the homemade firecrackers exploded prematurely. The deafening blast echoed through the street, shattering windows and sending debris flying. A young man standing too close to the makeshift launch pad was caught in the explosion's wrath. His body was engulfed in flames as panic erupted. Neighbors rushed to help, but the horror unfolded rapidly. Emergency services arrived, witnessing the aftermath of reckless abandon. The man, barely alive, was rushed to the hospital, but the damage was irreversible. He succumbed to his injuries that night. This tragedy serves as a haunting reminder of the dangers lurking behind seemingly innocent celebrations. Have you ever encountered a situation like this? Share your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your experiences or any stories you've heard about fireworks gone wrong. On November 12, 1970, in Florence, Oregon, a massive whale carcass was about to meet a gruesome fate. Weighing nearly 8 tons, the decaying sperm whale became a local hazard, drawing attention and concern. Instead of a dignified burial, officials decided to use dynamite to dispose of the whale's remains. They thought the explosion would scatter the blubber into the ocean, allowing seagulls to feast on the remains. However, they grossly underestimated the sheer force of the blast. When the dynamite detonated, chunks of whale flesh flew through the air, some landing as far as a quarter of a mile away. One piece was so large it smashed through a parked car, while smaller bits rained down on unsuspecting bystanders. The stench of rotting whale meat filled the air, and the chaos that ensued was astonishing. Rather than solving the problem, officials created a bizarre spectacle of blubber raining from the sky. This gruesome episode is a wild reminder of the unpredictable consequences of human decisions. What do you think about this outrageous event? Have you heard of any similar experiences? Share your thoughts in the comments. In a packed nightclub in Miami on May 15, 2012, a seemingly ordinary night turned into a nightmare. The pulsating music filled the air, bodies swayed to the beat, and laughter echoed through the dimly lit space. But amidst the revelry, danger lurked. A group of dancers, intoxicated and carefree, decided to show off their skills. One reckless individual attempted a daring move, a spin that went wrong. He lost his balance, crashing into a nearby patron. The impact sent both men sprawling to the ground, but that was just the beginning. The man who fell was knocked out cold as his head struck the unforgiving floor, but the chaos that erupted was nothing short of horrifying. In a frenzy, onlookers rushed to help, but a woman unaware of the fallen bodies lost her footing and trampled right over them. The result? A series of injuries that would lead to a tragic outcome. Emergency services arrived, but the damage was done. The night that was supposed to be filled with joy ended in tragedy. This gruesome incident serves as a chilling reminder of how quickly fun can turn fatal. What do you think about this incident? Have you heard of any similar experiences? Share your thoughts in the comments. In a bizarre twist of fate on October 14, 2011, a man in a T-Rex costume found himself in a horrifying situation at a Halloween party in San Diego, California. The evening started with laughter and joy, but it escalated into chaos when a nearby bonfire sparked an uncontrollable fire. As the flames danced higher, the costume, made from highly flammable materials, caught fire within seconds. The man's friends thought it was a joke until they realized the horrifying truth. Screams filled the air as he struggled to extinguish the flames engulfing him. The heat was unbearable, and the costume's synthetic fabric melted into his skin, causing excruciating pain. Partygoers rushed to help, frantically throwing water and blankets, but the fire raged on. Emergency services arrived minutes later, but the damage was done. He was rushed to the hospital with severe burns, a grueling reminder of the dangers associated with costume safety. This tragic incident reveals the vital importance of awareness when donning costumes, especially those made from flammable materials. What do you think about this incident? Have you ever had a frightening experience related to costumes? Share your thoughts in the comments below. In a dimly lit bar in Reno, Nevada, on July 22, 2018, an explosive confrontation erupted. Two men, fueled by alcohol and bravado, clashed in a brutal brawl. Fists flew, chairs shattered, and the atmosphere crackled with tension. Amidst the chaos, a third man, a bouncer, attempted to break up the fight. In his effort to control the situation, he reached for his stun gun, a device meant to incapacitate unruly patrons. But that night, the stun gun became a harbinger of death. As the bouncer drew the weapon, the intoxicated man at the center of the melee charged forward, mocking the authority of the bouncer. In a split-second decision, the bouncer fired the stun gun. The voltage surged through the man's body, delivering a shock that would prove fatal. The man collapsed, his heart unable to withstand the jolt. Medical responders arrived, but it was too late. The man was pronounced dead at the scene, leaving behind a chilling reminder of how quickly a night of revelry can spiral into tragedy. What are your thoughts on this shocking incident? Have you ever heard of similar experiences? Share in the comments below. In 2016, a horrifying incident unfolded in a small clinic in Los Angeles. A young woman obsessed with enhancing her beauty decided to get cosmetic fillers. What started as a routine procedure quickly spiraled into chaos. The doctor, lacking proper training, injected the filler incorrectly. Instead of enhancing her appearance, the filler entered her bloodstream, causing a massive blockage in her arteries. In mere moments, she was gasping for breath, her face swelling up, and panic ensued. The staff rushed to her aid, but time was against them. She suffered a stroke, collapsing in front of horrified onlookers. The paramedics arrived, desperately trying to stabilize her, but it was too late. She was pronounced dead shortly after reaching the hospital. This tragedy serves as a grim reminder of the risks associated with beauty treatments performed by unqualified individuals. In pursuit of perfection, her life was cut short in the most violent and terrifying way. Such incidents raise alarming questions about safety in cosmetic procedures. What are the costs of beauty? Have you heard of similar experiences? Share your thoughts in the comments below. In a shocking incident on June 15, 2012, in a gym in Austin, Texas, an explosive treadmill mishap left onlookers in disbelief and horror. The gym-goer, known for his intense workouts, was running at full speed when the machine suddenly malfunctioned. The treadmill's motor overheated, producing an intense smell of burning rubber. As the user continued his run, the treadmill erupted in flames, sending fiery debris flying across the room. The gym's safety systems failed to engage, leading to chaos as gym members screamed and rushed for the exits. The man's frantic attempts to escape were futile as the flames engulfed the machine, resulting in devastating injuries. Emergency responders arrived to find the gym filled with smoke and the remnants of the gym equipment scattered everywhere. The investigation revealed that improper maintenance of the treadmill was the root cause of this catastrophic failure. This incident serves as a grim reminder of the potential dangers lurking in everyday fitness routines. We ask you, what do you think about this tragic incident? Have you ever heard of any similar experiences? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. In 2007, a tragedy unfolded at a gym in Los Angeles, California, when a man suffered a horrific death due to a malfunctioning treadmill. This seemingly innocent piece of gym equipment transformed into a deadly trap. The man was running at a steady pace when suddenly, the treadmill malfunctioned, causing him to lose his balance and fall violently. In an agonizing twist of fate, he became trapped beneath the machine. As the treadmill continued to operate, it crushed him mercilessly, the relentless motion of the belt adding to the horror. Chaos erupted in the gym as fellow patrons rushed to help, but the sheer weight and design of the treadmill made it impossible to lift. Panic ensued, and screams filled the air as emergency services were called to the scene. But tragically, it was too late. This incident serves as a chilling reminder of the dangers lurking in everyday activities, even something as routine as exercising. The stats are staggering. Accidents in gyms are more common than we think, and they can lead to tragic outcomes. So, what do you think about this horrific incident? Have you ever heard of other crazy experiences in gyms or with exercise equipment? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. In a shocking incident that unfolded in a Nebraska field in July 2007, a group of thrill seekers decided to take cow tipping to an electrifying extreme. They thought it would be a harmless prank, but things turned deadly. Unbeknownst to them, the cows were grazing near a high-voltage electric fence. As they stumbled into the area, one person, eager to tip a cow, accidentally came into contact with the live wire. The jolt was catastrophic, sending shockwaves through their body. Emergency responders rushed to the scene, but it was too late. This bizarre encounter serves as a terrifying reminder that some pranks can have fatal consequences. Have you ever heard of anything like this? Share your thoughts in the comments. It was a sunny day on July 18, 1978, when Flight 847 took off from Los Angeles. The passengers, blissfully unaware, settled into their seats, cracking jokes and enjoying their snacks. But chaos was about to ensue. Halfway through the flight, a malfunction sent the plane into a nosedive. The cabin erupted into panic. One passenger, a burly man named Frank, tried to pull the emergency exit only to be met with a face full of safety instructions, which he hilariously misinterpreted as an invitation to jump out. The flight attendant, determined to keep it together, slipped on a banana peel, yes, a literal banana peel, and knocked over the drink cart, causing a cocktail explosion. As cups flew and ice cubes skidded across the floor, the pilots were struggling with the controls, yelling back at Frank to sit down. Meanwhile, a cat, apparently a stowaway, took the chaos in stride, strutting down the aisle as if it were a runway. And just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, they spotted a flock of birds heading straight for them. The crash landing was inevitable. What's your take on this wild ride? Have you ever experienced something chaotic like this? In a dimly lit tattoo parlor in Orlando, Florida, on a sweltering summer day in 2010, a bizarre incident unfolded. Meet Paul, a 30-year-old man with a penchant for tattoos and an even bigger love for reckless decisions. He walked into the shop, craving a new ink piece that would epitomize his wild lifestyle. The tattoo artist, with hands shaky from a recent night of excessive partying, started sketching a complex design on Paul's forearm. But here's where it gets sinister. In a moment of distraction, the artist accidentally introduced a contaminated needle. The ink, meant to bring art and joy, became a deadly cocktail of infections coursing through Paul's veins. Within days, he was struck with feverish chills and relentless pain, but he brushed it off, too busy flaunting his new ink to notice the warning signs. Friends admired the gory masterpiece, unaware it was a ticking time bomb. Just a week later, Paul succumbed to septic shock, his vibrant tattoo transforming into a grotesque horror. The moral? Sometimes creativity can bite back with a vengeance. So, have you heard of any wild tattoo mishaps? Tell us your thoughts in the comments today. Picture this: a bathroom in a suburban home in Omaha, Nebraska, 2006. The air is thick with steam, and the porcelain throne gleams like a beacon of relief. But lurking beneath that surface is danger. Meet Charlie, an average guy with an extraordinary love for his nightly routine. One fateful evening, Charlie steps out of the shower, a slippery floor awaiting him like a hidden assassin. He reaches for the towel rack, but fate had other plans. His foot slides on the wet tiles, and down he goes, crashing onto the cold, unforgiving floor. The thud echoes, a grim drumroll for the unfolding catastrophe. Unbeknownst to him, the impact ruptured a blood vessel in his head. In mere minutes, he's lying there, a tragic comedy of errors, a towel barely covering his dignity as his life slips away. The bathroom, once a sanctuary, becomes the stage for his final act. Paradoxically, the very place meant for cleansing turned into a portal to the afterlife. So, dear viewers, what do you think of Charlie's untimely demise? Have you ever encountered a close call in a bathroom? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below.